So staffing, what exactly does? Selecting right person for a right job at a right time. That is called staffing. If I need to improve a person's ability to work, that means there should be a development, isn't it? See here, 3 of them are off the job training. Say case study in the sense I'll not be working, I'll be reading some cases which is already done. So this is off the job training. What is recruitment? Recruitment is inviting people to face an interview. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the 6th chapter revision, that is all about staffing. Now whenever we go with the word staffing, here the first question you're gonna get from the 6th chapter is what is staffing? So let's go with the section A. What is staffing? I told you, isn't it? So staffing, what exactly does? Selecting right person for a right job at a right time. That is called staffing. So we need to always select good people so that we can make them work and get more money out of it. That is what the organizational objective is. So here staffing is that part of the process of management which is concerned with obtaining, utilizing and maintaining a satisfactory and satisfied workforce. So selecting the right person is very, very important, because who knows, that right person can be a CEO of a company. Example, you have Sundar Pichai, you also have Tim Cook, you also have so many other examples like Satyam Nadella and all other people who went with the company and then they foresee what exactly the company can do, and now where exactly they are the CEO of the companies. So next the question is, name one internal source of recruitment. So whenever you go with recruitment, please do understand the meaning of recruitment. You may or you may not get a question called what is recruitment. I'll explain it to you. Recruitment in the sense inviting people to face an interview is called recruitment. Now here recruitment you have two types. Internal recruitment, you have one more is external recruitment. In internal recruitment, according to your syllabus, you are restricted only with 2 points, that is transfer and promotion. In external recruitment, you have direct interview, you have campus selection, you have a kind of web publishing, advertisement, employment exchange. You have all these kind of other external sources of recruitment. So whenever you get a question, give an example of internal or external, please do refer to Abhilash Chandra trick, how exactly you can remember it. Go to the playlist and please do watch all the videos done for you people. And let me just tell you here, it is only Vidhyaashram who have done this for the entire nation. Let's go with the next question here. Name any one external source of recruitment. See, I told you about internal, transfer and promotion, and external you have direct recruitment, campus selection, you have walk-in, casual caller, you have all those. Any one you can just write it and you will get 1 mark. Mention the first step in selection process. Whenever you go with selection process, we have 9 steps in selection process. If you go carefully, the first and the foremost thing which they will do is preliminary screening is what they're gonna do it. So the first step is what? Preliminary screening. Next question is, state any one type of selection test. Now there are n number of ways of testing a person. You can actually go with intelligence test, ability test, stress test, emotional stress test, then you have medical test. Any one test you name it, you will get 1 mark. What is meant by interview in selection process? What exactly interview is all about? So basically you people know how interview happens, but when it comes to the meaning of interview, many people will not be able to answer it. Today is a golden opportunity for all of you to learn the meaning of interview. Now interview is a formal, in-depth conversation conducted to evaluate the applicant's suitability for the job. Usually there is a person who will be there to interview you. You are the interviewee and he is the interviewer. Now here what happens in the sense, he'll be asking you in depth about what exactly you know about the work or related to the work for a fresher. Now, a person who have already worked in this particular portfolio, what happens is the interviewer will go in depth about whether the person knows this or he doesn't know about it. So that is what the interview, where you have types of interviews. You have one-on-one, you have panel interview, you have a written interviews, you will have kind of oral interviews you will have. So there are different types of interviews which has been conducted. What is training? Now, training is a process. Training is always a process because something new you will learn in training. So training is a process of learning new skills and applications of knowledge. Please understand the way I have given the 1-mark question and its answer. The questions are straight. They're not irrelated. They're always related to the question. It's like straight to the point. The next thing is the answers are not more than 2 or 3 sentences. Not more than that. Say not more than 2 or 3 sentences. What is the meaning of development in staffing process? A staffing process, why do people do? There should be a development, or else the staffing process is waste. In the sense, if I need to improve a person's ability to work, that means there should be a development, isn't it? So what is it? Development refers to the learning appropriate and the opportunities designed to help employees grow. That is called as development. There should be a growth in the process of staffing. Name on-the-job training method given to plumbers, electricians or iron workers. When you go with on-the-job training, you should also understand about the off-the-job training. What exactly meaning of training is? Now, training, I told you the meaning is here something to learn new, that is the skills, abilities, the application of knowledge, anything to know something new, that is called training. So here when we go with on-the-job training in the sense what? A person is working and he is being trained by a trainer, or a person who is a coach, a person who is a supervisor, a person who knows about that work. That is called on-the-job training. When it comes to off-the-job training, the person is not working, but he is learning how to work. It's called off-the-job training. Now, in on-the-job training, there are so many differences, the types of on-the-job training, but when it comes to the plumbers, the electrician, or the person who is the iron worker, he doesn't know it, but he's working on it. He's really working. Somebody else is guiding him. So what type of training is it? This is called as apprenticeship. What is it? Apprenticeship, where the person will tell him what exactly they are supposed to do. Apprenticeship training is given to the plumber, electrician, or to the iron workers. State the off-the-job training method given to the employee before handling sophisticated machineries and equipment. Now, I told you about off-the-job training also. See, this is how we people train the students. That is, we don't just tell the answer of one particular question. We also tell how you are supposed to write to the next answers as well. Now, off-the-job training, why people give us? Now, for the plumbers or the iron workers or anybody else, say electrician, it is not so complicated. So, on the field itself, like on the job itself, you people can train them. But say example, now there is a person who is a scientist, right? A person who is working in a bank as a manager. Now, what happens is they are supposed to use the resources properly. The scientists need to use the resources properly. Now, what type of things they'll be given is a question. Now, a person who is working in a chemical industry, now we can't tell him to go with the on-the-job training. He should learn it first, how exactly the things happens. So we go with vestibule training. Now, vestibule training in the sense will not give them the real equipments. We're gonna give them the dummy equipments. They will go with it. The dummy or the replica of the equipment will be the same thing of the real kind of a thing. So we go with vestibule training. Next is, which one of the following is not a function of staffing? So staffing is all about recruitment. Staffing is all about training and development. So let's understand here. A, recruitment; B, training; C, compensation; D, directing. See, the answer is there itself. The functions of management, staffing, after staffing you get directing. So directing is not a function of staffing. So this is the right answer here. That is D, directing. Which one of the following is an internal source of recruitment? Internal source of recruitment. There are two, transfer and promotion. And one more is that is the references. Let's go with it. A, transfer. B, employment exchange. C, advertisement. And D, campus recruitment. So which one of the following is an internal source? When it comes to internal source, that is A, transfer is the internal source. Next section A, the 13th question is promotion of employees results in. What happens if promotion happens? Whenever there is a promotion, promotion is always the hierarchical movement. So it is like this. When promotion happens, the pay is more, the responsibility is also more, the authority is also more. So let's understand the pattern of the multiple choice question. A, increase in pay. B, increase in responsibility. C, increase in job satisfaction. Or D, all of the above. The minute promotion happens, if I get promoted, let me just tell you, I'll be getting more salary, more responsibility, and also I'll be having a kind of a job satisfaction, saying that yes, I got promotion, isn't it? So that's why, what is the answer? All of the above is the answer here. All of the above. Which of the following is on the job method of training? Now, on the job method of training, that means you're working and you are getting trained. That is what on the job training. Say A, case study. B, coaching. C, vestibule training. D, computer modeling. See here, three of them are off the job training. Say case study in the sense I'll not be working, I'll be reading some cases which is already done. So this is off the job training. So this is not the answer. Okay, we don't have this as an answer. B, coaching is there. Yes, I'm working, somebody is telling me. So that is on the job training. Vestibule, I told you it is off the job training. Computer modeling is also off the job training. So the answer here is coaching is the right answer, and that is the on the job training. Section B, now section B is of 2 marks, and I told you how you are supposed to go with 2 marks. The way the 2 marks is being written is like you should write more than 3 sentences. So let's go with the first question of the section B is, why is staffing both a line as well as staff activity? Now, staffing is both a line as well as staff activity because that is an essential function of manager as well as an advisory role played by the human resource department. So it is a function as well as it is an advisory. Write any 2 factors which influence the way of recruitment, selected and training. So any 2 factors you can write, supply and demand, you can write unemployment rate, you can write any of these 2, you will get 2 marks. The third question we have is, what is recruitment? I told you what exactly you are supposed to write when it comes to a 2-mark question. More than 2 to 3 sentences is what you people need to frame, and that is how you people will fetch 2 on 2. Let's go with this question. What is recruitment? Recruitment is inviting people to face an interview. So what type of people you want? You want prospective people, that is, that person can be a prospective employee. So here what happens is, to finding or searching a prospective employee is what recruitment aims at. Give the meaning of selection. Now selection is a process of choosing from among the pool of the prospective job. So from recruitment you go to the next step, that is called selection. What is placement? After selection, you go to the next level, that is called placement. Now, placement refers to the employee occupying the position or the post for which the person has been selected. So, the first thing is recruitment, second is selection, and the third is placement. After that, you also get training and development. So, what is orientation? And here you have, give the meaning of transfer as an internal source of recruitment. Orientation in the sense, after a person has been selected, he'll be placed and he'll be given introduction about the job role, what exactly he should do. He'll be getting to know about the other employees as well as the co-workers. That is called the orientation. That is the introduction phase. Even when you people join any of the college, the first thing is what, after the joining, you will have the first session, that is called orientation. That is what the orientation which happens here. Now, transfer involves shifting. Now, here in transfer, what happens is, it is not a hierarchical way of going, that is like promotion. It is different from promotion, where say you have a branch in Mysore you'll be transferred to the branch in Bangalore. Now there is no hierarchical movement. It is always the horizontal movement. That is the same salary, same position, same status, but only the thing is you'll be transferred from one place to another place. That is called transfer. State the two types of direct financial payment which an organization can adopt to pay its employees. The first one is time-based payment. Second is performance-based payment. It is like straight questions. The next question is state any two difference between training and development. Let's understand what is training and what is development. Through training, you can actually get the development. Now, training is compulsory for each one of you or any person who ever joins a company for the first time, as well as any person who want to go to the next position also, he need to get trained about that position. But here when it comes to development, we cannot assure you that all the people whoever comes to the training will get development. So that is what the major difference about the training and development here. Next question is what is job rotation? Now job rotation involves shifting the trainee from the department to another or from one job to another. Say example I'll give you here. The job rotation. Now say example I am working as a HR. There is also a department called marketing. Then we have a department called sales. And the last department, let's go with finance. Now I'm working in HR. Now job rotation will give me an idea about how marketing department also works, sales also works, and finance also works through the experience from each and every department. Say example now 6 months I'll work as HR. Next 6 months I'll work as a marketing. Next 6 months here in staff. Next 6 months in the finance, and the next 6 months again in the HR. So here when we go with the staff of the sales, the staff of the finance, staff of the marketing, we'll get to know each and every boon as well as bane about the departments. When we understand about it, now what happens, we'll not have a lot of problems because we already know that which are the problems which we can solve and which are the problems which we cannot. So this is called job rotation, and it is not for a bigger organization, it is only for the smaller organization, or there are few more people who actually use this job rotation for even middle level kind of a things also. State any two merits of external source of recruitment. Thing is qualified personnel, you will get it. Wider choice you will actually make in the external compared to the internal. The next question here, write any two demerits of external source of recruitment. See, whenever the demerits of external source which you people need to write is very simple. I'll just give you a hint. Already there are people who are employee in the organization, isn't it? Whenever the organization make an external recruitment, what happens is there is always a burning sense in the internal. That is the people who are already existing as an employee. Now what happens is that is a demerit. And one more thing is external in the sense it's a very lengthy process. Again, you need to scrutinize everything and look forward. So first one is dissatisfaction among existing staff, and the second one is lengthy process. So these are the two demerits. Mention any two merits of internal source of recruitment. Now internal source means already those employees are the main employees. Now what will happen to the next? That is, employees are motivated to improve their performance. Performance at a higher level may lead to chain of promotion. Next is internal recruitment also simplifies the process of selection and placement because you already know the employee, so it is very easy for you and it is not a lengthy kind of a procedure the way external recruitment goes with. Mention any two demerits of internal source. Now in two demerits of internal, what will happen is the spirit of competition among the employees may be hampered. Frequent transfer of employees may often reduce productivity of the organization. Don't just think about the transfer or promotion, think about the mentality or the ability to do work also. If you go with, you can write more points in the demerit of internal recruitment. Section C is all about 4-mark question. I told you don't restrict yourself with 4 points only. Explain any 4 types of tests used. Now you can write intelligence, personality, aptitude, trait. Explain the internal source of recruitment. There are two, transfer and promotion. You can actually write the source of recruitment chart where you have internal source, you have external source. Now in the internal source you have a transfer and you have promotion. After that you go with the meaning of recruitment, the definition of recruitment, then start explaining what is the meaning of transfer and the meaning of promotion. You will get 4 marks. Now let's go with the section D. The first question, explain the stages in staffing process. Before writing about staffing process, please do understand that why is that staffing process is done. If you understand why it is done, then you can write the entire staffing process by yourself. The first thing is, we need to know that how many people are working in the organization and how many more you require, so that you need to get the work done from them efficiently and effectively. Supposingly, we got a project where we are supposed to have 90 employees, and when you presently you calculated that you have only 60 employees. You have how many? 60 employees. So how many more you require? You require 30 more employees. So this is called as manpower planning. So why staffing process is required is to know that who and what is the number of people you need to recruit. So the first thing is estimating the manpower recruitment. So we got to know that there should be 30 employees whom we are supposed to recruit. So the next thing is what? Recruit them. That is, invite the people to face an interview. After that, select them. Then go with placement and orientation. Then go with training and development. And the last one is, say, you go with performance appraisal. Appreciate their work. No, when you appreciate their work, definitely they'll work for you more and more. The next question here we have is, describe the steps involved in selection process. Please never get confused with staffing process and selection process. I'll just write it here. See here, you have staffing process. Now, staffing process always starts from manpower planning. Okay, then it goes. But here we have selection process. Now, how will you select a person? How is that? That is the next level. That is, you'll go with all the, first thing is preliminary screening, and then all the tests. Say you have selection tests like intelligence test, aptitude, personality, trait test. All the things are done. Then they'll go to the next one. That is employment interview, reference, and background check. See, background check is so necessary in the 21st century that you should never neglect this. You should always have a background check. Selection decision, and then you go with medical examination. If the person is fit and fine, and then you can go for contract. Now, these things are called as selection process. So I told you about staffing process. I have also explained you about the selection process. Let's go with the next question. The third question is, explain the 4 methods of on-the-job training and the 4 methods of off-the-job training. So whenever we go with on-the-job training and off-the-job training, please do understand that whenever you're working on the job and then getting training is called on-the-job training. And whenever you're working off the job, that is, you're somewhere else you're getting trained, that is called off-the-job training. There are 4 points each. You can write any of these and then start explaining. You will get the answer. So it is a 8-mark question. Assuming that you are HR manager of an organization, state any 10 sources you would look into while recruiting employees. Whenever you recruit employees, what are the things which you will go with? See, I told you POQ is always what? That is indirect. They'll never give you directly, but you are supposed to know that the staffing chapter has a POQ which is called as sources of recruitment. Now check the keyword. Assuming that you are the HR manager of an organization, state any 10 sources you would look into while recruiting employees. So it is called source of recruitment. So you can go with the chart called source of recruitment, go with internal, go with external. In internal, you have 2 things. One is transfer, another is promotion. In external, you have many. You have direct interview, you have casual caller, you have web publishing, you have employee exchange, you also have consultancy. There are so many called as external recruitment, so you can write it. So they have asked for 10. So example, now you have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can also write web publishing, which I have told you here. You can write as consultancy, agencies. You can write as people who are the agents who will actually refer you people, and campus selection you have, campus recruitment you have. All these varieties are the sources of recruitment which you people can write, and that will fetch you 5 marks. That is a POQ question. Then you can also write in the format where you can go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any of the 10, say casual caller or any kind of a thing, you will get 5 marks. Thank you so much. Any doubt in this, please do ask us. We're always there to help you. I'll see you when I see you.